Hello, hello, hello. My mic's working now. Hey, welcome to Slmroc. How exciting is this? It's a 95 lap race, for sure, definitely. The race definitely didn't start like 15 minutes ago, and I definitely didn't sleep through the start of it. We're green. Whoa, ATVO is different. Whoa, 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 ATVO is different. Holy crap. That's scary. That's very scary. I have to sign in. Well, I have to log. I have to sign up. Oh my god. Hawking continues to lead. They're side by side. That'll be Pandicio and Cozy back there for fifth spot, I believe it is. Didn't miss anything. Don't worry about it. Oh, don't worry about it. We joined the event already in progress. How about Brian motherfucking Hicks sitting in the fourth position, by the way? Holy hell. He's got Chris Janke right up his anus as they come off at the second corner. As I'm creating an ATVO account, which is just absolute. I can't believe that this is a thing that I have to do. Authorizing the ads is just something else. I have to verify my email before using ATVO. That's unbelievable. To go to my email, verify it, verify my account. This is absolutely ridiculous. They changed the logo. This shit better be like improved. If you can't tell already, my voice is a little bit. I don't know what we're doing to the weather. But we're doing our best here. This top three Nexus boys are tightly compact right now as Brian Hicks has fallen back a couple of places. Going to drop back behind Dylan Cameron right there for P6, or P7 rather. Oh my god. Hey, they're all jammed up together. Here comes just Janky looking underneath the 9 of Garrett Conrath. These guys are all coming together here. I just typed in the password, but it's not accepting that. Oh, there we go. I got it. Hey, I can finally use the goddamn thing. Oh my god, this shit is different. Look at Chris Janke. He's gonna take the lead of this damn race. Just as we're getting ATVO fired up too. How about that? Gonna fire up there. Oh, we got a caution! Where is it? Go to the timing screen. Load it! Oh no! Owen DeGroot is around. Let's take a look at what happened. Or was it Garrett Conrath was around? Oh, we got some assistance from Dylan Cameron. We saw these guys have a little bit of contact last week at California. Interesting. He just got kind of thrown into the corner there. That's a real shame. Well, that'll put us under caution for, I believe, the second time, maybe the third time. I don't know. At least the first time since we've been live. Definitely the race is 95 laps. Yeah. I like to apologize. Dylan Dreiling is in the pits. As is some of the drivers. The most notable, Logan Elton. About half the field exactly. In the pits, Rabideau, Hawken, Hicks, Velasti, Pandicio, Dreiling, McKee. I should probably join a Discord call. I was just realizing that. I was trying to get the whole situation, you know, rectified. Hello, Josh Morgan.
Oh, Matt's balling.
I like to apologize, you know.
Yeah, let it all out for me.
You know, I'm just I'm under the weather. I'm a little sick, and I just was trying to catch some Z's, man. I just slept a little bit too late.
Well, let me
Hand
get you
up.
up to let me get you up to speed here.
I've been here for the past since we went green.
So
On
so
that
you
last
saw
caution.
Chris Janke getting spun by Michael Cozy Jr. is what you're saying.
I did not see Chris Janke getting spun by since the
That
last
was
green
the
flag.
that was the first caution period at lap 22.
Gotcha.
It was Cozy and Helton on the front row. Cozy lost a couple positions to Conrath, then to Hawken, and then to Janke, and then he kind of shipped Janke extra to 4, and that was what got us our first caution at the end of lap 22. But we just had that second caution, I believe it was Dylan Kem, who was involved in that one, memory serves right, and Conrath. A bunch of the Nexus boys did pit that time around. That has elevated a bunch of those who did pit the last caution period to the front of the field, and that does include Chris Janke, Michael Cozy Jr., Dylan Kem, Travis Brown, John Velasty, Owen DeGroot. Top 6 stayed out under this caution period. A couple sets of tires left over, so everybody's basically used their first of their 2 sets to start up this race. We are at 76 laps to go. It'll be 75 at the line. We'll be choosing next time around on the back straight. Let's get a timing and scoring up too. Or they already doubled up. There was drama with the Wesley Patterson machine on the first lap, or like he didn't do a qualifying lap, and he is not here. He is, unfortunately, he is a late withdrawal. I thought that's what Dayquil does. You know what I mean? Yeah, get you alive. But it is gonna be. You're here. It is Janke, Cozy, Travis Brown, Dylan Kem, Brandon Hawk in your top 5. Back underway here from the Excitement Track Richmond Raceway with Janke getting a good restart over Cozy. Single file for the first 3. Kem and Hawken trying to get that top line to stick while the tires are a little under pressure. And there goes Brian Hicks trying to get past John Velasty for 6. To force Velasty onto the top groove, but going to get a bit of a good run off into the quad oval. They're going to be side by side for the 6th position.
Is that what they call it? Is that the nickname for it? The excitement track, or like?
I remember hearing that. I remember hearing
Yes.
that a lot in the
Not anymore, sadly.
But damn. I mean, that's what happens when you're not allowed to use asphalt on the track. Kem clips the wall a little bit
Just
into
riding that wall.
into 4. And I think that was Travis Brown wall riding a little bit into turn 1. No harm, no foul for that 37 machine. Also, there's Moon Car later tonight after the race, if memory serves me right. Cozy has gotten back to the tail end of the up there 0-1 of Chris Janke after Janke got a really good restart. He's starting to get in good proximity to the 0-1 machine to try and make that move into turn 3. It's Hawken and Kem side by side for 4th. It looks like Velasty is starting to fall backwards a little bit more. He's lost a couple of positions now behind Logan Helton, 63. And we're going to be following Rabidou and Conrath deeper in the field, dealing with Owen in the group for the last position in the top end. They're 2 by 2 up at the front of the field behind Cozy. It's Kem and Hawken battling it out, and as Travis Brown and Brian Hicks has got the initiative on the bottom lane in 3 and 4, going to try and get past Travis Moonhead Brown for position. He's going to have the spot at the line.
That Travis Brown car, I don't know. Do you know what that car is specific? Like what it exactly is? It feels like a Brayton Laster machine because he ran the 03 at Daytona. And he was getting way up into the corner there.
It reminds me of the car that won the Snowball Derby last year.
Perhaps. Maybe
it has the same pixelated number.
Oh, he's in the wall. That doesn't remind me of the car that won the Snowball Derby last year. He's going to lose a spot to John Velasty. Is that did Caden win the Snowball? Caden Huntington?
I don't remember. Oh. No, it wasn't Huntington. Like some guy who's like iconic trick is that he runs like a Mario Brothers like inspired scheme or has like a pixelated number, but
I think
result
I'm
of
sure I'll
Travis
know
Brown
the guy's
having
name,
like
but
a
good for him.
couple, Travis Brown having a couple like forgettable laps. It's allowed the top 7 to break away. Janky still leads from Cozy, and then it's about equidistant 2.5 tenths between Janky, Cozy, and Hawkins. But Kem's got an absolute battle all around him with Hicks trying to get past Kem, and then it's Rabideau and Helton trying to wait for a moment to arise to get past the pair of them, get back into the top 5.
And you could tell Rabideau showed the nose there. He's not going to hesitate if he gets a run to go 3 wide. He's not going to dive it in there, but if he gets a chance, he will take it. As Helton's going to try to get clear and do the same potentially as well.
Earlier on in the run, the top hasn't been the place to be, but now that we got a little bit of heat and the tires got a little bit of wear, the top lane is starting to be able to fight back just a little bit off of turn 4. Brian Hicks did get a good run through that corner. He's able to clear Kem. Kem got a little bit out of shape coming off of turn 2. It's going to open the door for both Rabideau and Helton to take the spots. Kem fighting back on Rabideau through turn 4, got a good drive off, and that's what we're seeing out of that second lane. He's just not able to make it stick into turn 1. It's going to be Rabideau clearing Kem for 5th.
One vehicle down. We're going to pop the next one out.
Oh, yeah. The squabbling between Kem, Helton, and Rabideau has allowed Brian Hicks to get about half a second of leeway in front of the 3-car battle pack. There's also about half a second up to Brandon Hawkins, who has caught Cozy and Janky. Janky pretty comfortable leading the way. Near identical lap times to Cozy last time around. They are on pretty old tires. They did hit lap 22 on the first caution, at least Janky did, since he lost all of his track position. But now Hawkins is cooking on the bottom lane in his Nexus machine. Yes, he's been one of the big ones that was able to get Cozy into that outside lane, which hasn't really been preferred for trying to make an overtake sig, and it's allowed Hawkins to take second place from the 7-time Rod Car champion.
And that's about the closest battle we have on track right now, is these top 3 going at it. Great run for Brian Hicks. Kudos to him. I don't know where he started.
Owen DeGroot has had problems in the last big problems. The front end of his Mustang is destroyed. He was about 10th, 11th, 12th not that long ago, but he's had a solo incident that was deemed one car we stayed green. Oh, he wall-rid off of turn 2 and hit the
worst possible spot.
The blend line for emergency vehicles there.
What a hard hit for Owen DeGroot. He's okay. They're going to be battling for the lead up here.
Hawking got a good run off of 4, was able to get the inside of Janky into turn 1, had taken the lead on the backstreet. Janky tried to get a good drive off, just not enough tire in that 0-1 machine to try and make up the distance, and it's already allowed Hawking to build a 2/10 gap to the 2 cars on the outside of the podium, and Brian Hicks has joined the fray right behind the 99 machine.
This is a career day for Brian Hicks, and that is not an exaggeration, as he is knocking down the door of the top 3. He's got 40 lap pressure tires make it. Then both 2nd and 3rd, so this might be a thing that Brian Hicks is able to do here. Get up and pass these guys.
He's had a good week.
He likes Richmond. He's a fan of this racetrack. He's digging right now.
He's had a good week. He was the birthday boy earlier in the week. He went to Augusta National on the eve of the Masters, and he's been in a good mood, good spirits the last couple of days, and he's put that boost in morale to good use here. He's in 4th place, and he's got his driver he spots for, Logan Helton, right behind him.
Just kissed the wall there, but no harm, no foul. As Helton's going to be on his back here. I'm sure that Brian will race him fairly and vice versa. As Road to Pro spotter for Logan Helton up in old 2nd split, top split. Logan is pretty good. He might get the top split. I don't know. Oh, thank you for the follow, Catabolic. And Josh
Appreciate
Morgan.
The follow. Yeah, I got me.
Thank you for kind of like helping carry the load tonight.
It's not the first time, man.
That's fair. I'm just
like there was that I think it was Slmroc last season at North Wilkesboro. You were It's either that or OSRL at Northwood Store. You were all out of source for that one.
I think it might have been OSRL. It might have even, I forget which one it was, but you know, shit happens sometimes. I'm not a perfect person.
So, Hawken has gotten his gap to Janky to about half a second. Only been getting about half a tenth to a tenth here or there every lap. It's pretty good running from the 0-1 machine. Cozy's about another tenth behind in terms of pace, and it's allowed Brian Hicks and Helton to close up the gap. But at this moment, Brian Hicks is just kind of biding his time a little bit. You know, he's got pressure from behind, be able to put pressure on the front and trying to maintain his pace at the moment, but it is allowing Ravadu and Conrad to kind of ease back into the picture. Helton kind of gives a look on the inside of 3 to Hicks, but doesn't really force the issue in his W63 machine, just kind of waiting for the mistake to come from the 3 machine, or he's just going to dive it into turn 1, force the issue from Brian. He runs it very deep in that second lane, goes up into the third lane, kind of loses a lot of his momentum middle of the corner, but gets a good enough drive off, but he's just going to let Logan Helton by, and he's going to take 4th place from the 3 machine. Brian Hicks is trying to get a good run and get a little bit of that draft, which isn't going to be much of a factor here at Richmond Raceway, but you are seeing that the gap between the cars grew about a couple of feet there, middle of 1 and 2, and it's meant that Helton is home free from the attempt from Brian Hicks to get back 4th place. And it does look like Helton, now that he's got a little bit of clean air after passing Brian Hicks, was able to put in the fastest lap out of everybody that time around, about a tenth faster than what Hawken did that time around. And next up, he's going to be trying to get after Michael Cozy Jr. And that's going to be for 3rd position. Gap between Hawken and Janky now up only to about 7/10 of a second. Helton got a great run. There. Cozy got the wall. Give Helton the initiative to take the inside into 1. They're going to be side by side off 2. Cozy not really able to get a good drive off. Helton's going to be able to dive it in. He is clear of the 99, and that does open the door for Brian Hicks to finally try and get past Michael Cozy Jr.
And Brian, you can see the difference in the lines when we went on the gearbox cam for that 99 car, although is that a gearbox cam on a late model? I think Chris Janky just knocked the fence down. He's okay though. Or is it Pandisio potentially? Is they're getting past a lap car?
I think he's getting past Kyle Vergata.
Or is it? These cars those cars look fucking identical. Jesus.
They do. Jeez, man.
Let's get a paint scheme check.
That's Pandisio and Kyle Vergata we're talking about. So this is the 55 Ford Mustang, the Permobile machine, and then there's the Nexus 663 machine of Ryan Pandisio.
Identical. It's literally the same fucking paint scheme, but Ryan's is blue.
Vergata has a lot more gray on the rear quarter, and that's the difference.
It's hilarious. Same color, same spec map, same blue font.
Holy
moly. That's fucking hilarious. I was like, that's Ryan Pandisio. Nope.
No, it's not.
And meanwhile, while we were talking about that, Brendan Hawken has opened up a second lead, and these top 3 or so have gotten split up it's about a second between these top 3. A second back to Chris Janky and 9/10 back to Logan Helton, and a half second back to this little battle pack of 3 between, we are reporting no tornado threat for any of the competitors tonight. That's great news.
We also will have updates from the Ethan Quarter National Weather Service for any impending storms up in Iowa as well.
We may have to grab an interview with Mo Perry during tomorrow's Austral broadcast to get a follow up on his on his. I'm sure I believe that as Brian Hicks finally going to try to make the move on Cozy, and he is gonna make it stick and get into the 4th spot yet again.
And Conrad is just nipping on the heels of that rear quarter of the 99 machine, dives it into turn 3, and Cozy made it pretty easy for the Conrad machine to make it through. That's just the difference in tire life, making the difference right now with Cozy. Probably due for a pit stop pretty soon, I would have to imagine. He's going to be needing a lot of help here. I think just the difference in strategy is just not going to be playing out in his favor. Next up to try and pass him is going to be Nathan Rabbit.
And yeah, these guys are, it's about 4 or 5 cars are on these old tires throughout the field. Janky up in the 2nd spot has been able to hold on to the best, and Cozy in 6th, Kem back in 9th, and then Travis Brown, who fell all the way back to 15th spot. I'm sure he's had some undocumented issues that we've seen. He's going to go a lap down, and he's got some big issues potentially on that.
I'd like to think
machine.
I'd like to think he's just burned his stuff up pretty substantially at this point, and it's just
maybe the case.
Hanging out and clinging on for what he can at this point.
He was a 2.5 off the pace last lap. That lap he was a 2nd off the pace, so hopefully he'll be able to pull himself together here. As let's try to find, this is still the closest.
Yeah, Janky has lost the spot to Helton there.
Conrath on Freshies.
Yeah, Janky had a pretty bad lap last time around, 23.0, which is about 0.8 off of Hawken, and that's probably what allowed Helton to really get by and build up a little bit of separation. Now it's Conrath and Hicks battling out for the last 2 positions in the top 5. It looks like Janky hit the wall again into turn 3 there. Hicks maybe just burnt up his stuff just a little bit more than some of the Nexus drivers around him, but he's still doing better than those on the oldest tires, so it's still a good day for the old free machine. He's holding his own right there. He's probably be pretty proud of his result at the end of his day. As we are at 36 laps to go, we're running out of time pretty quick here.
We sure are, and Brandon Hawken has opened up a 2.7 second lead over his Nexus teammate Logan Helton right there in view of the camera shot. And these guys are all, yeah, jam-packed together. Man, I fucking forgot what I was going to say. I am out of it. Yeah. It's going to be something about tires, I think, or some shit.
Yeah, it's tires, it's the temps, it's the different fuel loads as well is absolutely going to be a factor. It's the shortest oval race by distance. It's around 85 miles or so, 85, 90 miles.
Remember what I was going to say. It was about all these guys hitting the wall. We saw Janky drop back, and it's been a recurring theme that we've talked about this year on the Slmroc broadcast, and this is the first short track, and it's kind of, this ball's kind of ripping out and grabbing people with this wider super late model body, as we've seen a few times this year already.
It is the only short track race of the season. Last year it was North Wilkesboro. This time it is Richmond. The other thing that's going to be we're thinking about the fact that this car is so wide and kind of like the FOV's a little bit goofy. Is that next week we are at Slmroc Park, which is a really awkward road course in terms of it's narrow. It's kind of got awkward approaches in the second half of the lap after the straightaway that isn't really a straightaway. And the same thing with the last corner as well, the downhill left, or downhill right rather. It's very easy to get offline there as Michael Cozy Jr. coming in for his fuel and tires outside from 6th place.
So I believe, yeah, so 85 laps on a tank of gas. So these guys are going to go another 30 laps here from 47. So these guys that are out on the track that pit 47 laps ago, like our top 3 and others, should be able to make it. You would believe.
It'll be close. It'll be a bit of a close shave if they were pushing really hard. And that's going to play back to the hands of Cozy. If they do go green to the end and they do pit, he's going to be flying if he gets a little bit of clean air here. He's going to exit the pits around Pandicio in terms of position. A lot of clean air, but he is going to be 1 lap down at the moment.
So, but yeah, a lap and a half down about to Hawken, who's in turn 1. Cozy's over in turn 3, making start finish line. And we'll see what Cozy's lap times are. I don't think he's going to be able to do a Denny Hamlin and pass everybody and win the race, but he's going to be able to, he might be able to gain some track position out of this, at least beat all of those guys that are on the same strategy as him with that early 2-tire stop. As Hawken continues to hold that about 2.7 second lead. It's been the same since we last mentioned it. Back to Help. And Conrath 1-2-3 for Nexus. 3/10 back to Janky, 6/10 back to Ryan Hicks. Closest battle on track. Yeah, this This actually gives me time to ask you a question. Oh no, never mind. Dylan Kem in trouble. Never mind. He's not in trouble.
He's pitting as well. We're also waiting for Janky to come in from 4th place as well. An update on Cozy. He is pretty comfortably the quickest car on track. He has the fastest lap of the race last time around at 21.429, and that's about 9/10 to a second faster than what everybody else is doing around him. But he just has to pick his spots and get through all these lap cars, as that was the Owen the Group machine. And next up will be the Albert McKee machine.
He's got 7 seconds on track until he passes his next competitor. He's gonna jump Dylan Kem already on the track big time. Can't even see Dylan in his shot. He was a few spots behind him anyways on that. Virtual cycle, excuse me. Oh my god. We're struggling. But yeah, I think if Cozy keeps up this pace for the rest of the race, he would be close. But I don't know if that's gonna happen.
He'll unlap himself, but just run out of time unless everybody else pits for basically a splash and go, just because they might get it back based on transit time and with a couple liters of fuel that are required. So the top 10 with Janky still staying out and needing a miracle at this point, it is Brandon Hawkin, Logan Helton, Garrett Conrath, Chris Janky, Brian Hicks, Nathan Rabideau, Albert McKee, Ryan Pindicio, Jim Clark Jr., and John Velasquez. His last car in the top 10.
16 cars still running. Travis Brown called it a night, sadly, as DK will make his way around John Velasquez. Thank you for the follow, Roddy Burn Rocks. They're going around the track.
Yeah,
so
the gap. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
I was just going to say the gap between Hawkin and Helton has ballooned to 3 seconds. Hawkin's about half a tenth clear of Helton pretty comfortably now, as Chris Janky coming in a 0-1 machine.
He made it about 95 laps, so that's about how long you can go on a tank if you're going to stretch it all the way. So kudos to Chris. He might sacrifice some time to Michael Cody Jr., but we'll see how they come out compared to each other here. So Hawkin continues to just put a whooping on him. So that Raw
after WrestleMania, right?
So he literally just came out, and so they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a tag team match against
and then that
Roman and Solo." And then they got out there, and Brock was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna F5 you like I did, like this literally exact same thing I did to Cena in 2012."
Literally the exact same thing he did to Goldberg and one other person.
Just
if anything about Brock Lesnar, he is a creature of habit. If you don't recognize those habits, you're going to get beat up pretty comfortably.
Hitting people with F5s is fun.
Yeah, and just generally speaking, from the people who I talked to also in the wrestling, that was probably the worst modern quote Raw after WrestleMania any of us have ever seen. That was a horrendous television show of 3 hours.
It didn't look too great. I'm not complaining that I missed it at all. That's for sure.
It would have been fun. There was a segment in the middle of the show, right? As I think that is the Groot machine just wall riding into one.
He's having a great time.
Not the Groot. It was Forgotten.
There he is. Oh, he's all over the place.
Where Rey Mysterio does a nice promo. He's thankful they won. Thankful for his family. Thankful he's now WWE Hall of Famer. And who comes out? The United States champion Austin Theory to ruin his night.
Yep.
Right. You know, it'd been really, really good if someone in the back was if one of the general managers or a road agent was okay, if you're gonna ruin this night, I'm gonna make it worth your while, and I'm gonna make it a match for the United States Championship. That Rey Mysterio wins. That would have been good. Instead, we got a Bad Bunny getting chokeslammed through a table by a Damian Priest.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's such an exciting event. You know, the Bad Bunny chokeslam.
Yeah. Closest battle on track is actually for second. Conrath has caught Helton pretty close. Gap's 0.3 there. Gap between Hicks and Rabideau is about half a second for fourth. we're looking at Chris Janke at his pace. He's pretty similar to what Cozy was doing when he got back on track. Cozy's now in the low, very low 22, high 21s. But at the moment,
Oh, and he's spinning!
He's spinning
hard into the
hard
wall,
into the
and that's
wall.
going to be a caution. And that's going to leave 9 cars on the lead lap as Michael Cozy Jr. went hard into the inside wall.
And he's got a meatball. He's got a meatball as well. And on his stream, he just said, "Oh, brother."
Oh, he just, yeah.
And he just wall rides. He does the same thing that basically what happened to Owen DeGroot off of turn 2, except happened in the quad oval. Like the right sides just get back on the pavement and it just shoots him into the inside.
Tough break for Cozy, but honestly might not. Well, he has he took his fast repair already, so that's not very good at all. He might be in trouble here. That thing is a little bit sideways, so he might be in trouble here.
Skewed the wrong way.
Well, this race just got interesting. I can't really make it sound like it in my voice because I'm.
This does in fact change everything for this Super Late Model Race of Champions event from Richmond Raceway. We do have DK and Janke getting their wave by. Tristan Baker stayed out. I believe he was the last one on the lead lap. But everybody else who was on the lead lap has come in for service.
So Conrad's going to take 2 and be gone. Let's see what the other guys do in terms of strategy. Helton's taking 4 tires. A lot of these other guys on track are taking 2.
And it's officially confirmed that Cozy is out of the car, and it looks like he's done for the night.
That's a damn shame. So Helton's going to lose pretty good track position there. He's going to drop back to... He's going to drop back about 3 spots. Or no, only one spot. I'm trying to... These lap cars stuff. Oh, Tristan Baker's pitting now. Okay. These lap cars and stuff are making the ATVO look weird.
Yeah, I think Kem might have taken an extra wave around that he wasn't able to, but he's now going to the back of the queue. He will be on the lead lap, though. Everyone down to Jim Clark Jr. in 13th will be on the lead lap.
So let's get a rundown here of everybody who pit. So, because this is the actual running order. Garrett Conrath took 2 tires and came out first. Pandicio had a 10.7 second stop, so that's either a super fast. I would imagine that's a just super fast.
I believe it was
really
a 2-tire stop, but he was
so
so far back in the queue that second was as far as he was going to get.
That was an excellent 2-tire stop, though. 10.7 seconds compared to Conrad's 13.2. I don't know if it had a relation to fuel load or what, but he's going to be up in the 2nd position. Brendan Hawken up in 3rd. Hicks is in 4th. And Logan Helton back to 5th. Nathan Rabideau, John Belasty, Albert McKee, Jim Clark Jr., and Dylan Kem will be the top 10.
Have you had anything to eat or drink today, or are you just kind of...
I have, actually. I had a couple of things. I had a snack. I had dinner. But, like, I think I should have, like, some cereal or some shit like that. I don't know.
Have like, some toast with some butter. You know what I mean? Something nice, something simple. Get some carbs in you.
I'll try to bath. Maybe take a bath. I don't have a big enough bathtub, though.
Yeah. Have a sauna.
That'd be nice. I might, like, pass out, but...
Yeah, that's true. So they did choose on the back straight. It was where the dotted white line reappears into turn 3. Conrath chose the bottom, as did Hawken and Brian Hicks. Pandicio, Helton, and Rabideau are the first 3 on the top lane. And then after that is Albert McKee, Jim Clark Jr., John Belasty, and Chris Janke rounding out the top 10. It's going to be a 7-lap shootout when we get across the stripe here from Richmond Raceway.
Yeah, not too much time for these guys to get things done. Kind of snuck up on them here, but we're going to be green with 7 laps to go. Conrad with a good jump, but we'll see if these guys on different strategies can make a push.
Pandicio didn't get a good run through the gears on the front straight. He's already going to lose 2 positions, make that 3. Brian Hicks got the drive on the inside off of turn 2, going to dive it in on turn 3. Rabideau poked his nose in there, got a bit of a wiggle, middle of 3 and 4. Going to lose the position to Big Al McKee. And at the front of the field, it is Conrath and Hawken, but it's going to be a 4/10 gap between the 900 and the 099, as now Helton is all over the back of his Nexus teammate. I think it's Al McKee in the wall coming off of turn 2. He's going to lose a bunch of positions, go behind John Velasquez and Chris Janke.
Make it Jim Clark Jr., that is.
Jim Clark Jr., my apologies. And there's Big Al McKee, spun by himself off of 4, I believe.
Jesus, that was terrifying. He appeared backwards on the racetrack in our
I
camera
talked
shot.
about the wrong guy, and then he was the right guy. Look at that.
What happened? Oh, he just bump. Oh, he just got a little loose.
Got a little
that's
loose.
A shame.
I was also right. He spun by himself. That's unfortunate.
Dylan Kemp had a near miss here. He seemingly
he got a net code shot, but it unshot itself because the left front fender dented and undented.
He was very unfazed by that whole situation.
No, he was waiting to see where Al was going the entire time. I will hydrate. I appreciate it. So it's gonna be, I believe, this is either gonna be the first attempt at a green-white checkered, or it'll be a natural GWC, depending on if Matthew Zwack kind of moves us along a little bit.
But I think it may turn. Yeah, let's see here. I don't know where the choose cone is, but
it is where the dotted white lines reappear entry of 3. So they go away here.
They'll choose here and then get the
And then you'll see the white line here, and then Conrath will go one way, Hawken will go the other. There you go, you chose him. Helton will go down to the bottom. Hicks will also go down to the bottom lane. So someone's going to be gaining a little bit of actual positions when we see them come around. It's going to be Rabideau and Janke, the big winners in terms of choosing with the track position. So we're going to be coming around. It'll be 1 to go at the line. It will be a natural... Actually, it won't be a natural green, which will be just a straight-up first attempt at a GWC.
Numero uno.
So we'll get a look at everybody who is still on track. 15 still on track. Those on the lead lap, it is Conrath, Hawken, Helton, Rabideau, Hicks, Janke, and DCO Chem, Drailing, John Velasquez is in 10th. Jim Clark Jr., Al McKee, Owen DeGroot, and Tristan Baker are the last ones on the lead lap. And then Kyle Vergata still out here just plucking away in the 55 machine. He is 19 laps down. But here is attempt number 1 at GWC here at Richmond Raceway, with Conrath leading the way, and it's going to be Helton and Rabideau battling for 3rd behind Hawken already.
And Hawken having pressure from his Nexus teammate Logan Helton, not going to allow him to get up there and get after the 900 of Conrath, but now he's clear. Throws it on turn number 2 or 3 rather, as Hicks had a door shut on him by Nathan Rabideau. They will see the white flag. 1 lap to go as Chem pressures Janke, Rabideau pressures Helton, but Garrett Conrath setting his sights on victory.
He's looking to get his first win since Rockingham. He's got 0.3 of a second to make it stick. It's going to be Chem and Janke battling for 6th behind them, side by side. But at the front of the field, it's a Nexus 1, 2, 3, 4, with Conrath leading the way and winning the race at Richmond.
Garrett Conrath gets it done, and yeah, 4 Nexus guys in the top 4. The Dylan Chem was irate about the Nexus driver's control of the race last week. Nexus driver said, "I don't give a fuck." 1, 2, 3,
they said
4.
bet. They said bet after DK was pretty upset that he won Slmroc and then forgot and remembered that he didn't. But it's going to be Conrath getting his first win since Rockingham. That was round 2 of this year, and it's been a pretty stunning display from Nexus. So far this season, it's been Nexus versus the World, and the World hasn't had much for them yet.
And they're making it heard out there on the racetrack. Yeah, let's let's wrap this baby up with some post-race interviews. Let's talk to these gentlemen. Garrett Conrath is already hanging out in the waiting room.
He knows the score, man, and here he is, winner of Slmroc Season 2 from Richmond, Garrett Conrath, leading home a Nexus 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't make it easy, though. He didn't lead a whole lot of laps, but he made the most of those late restarts. Talk us through those last few laps.
Yeah, it definitely came that last yellow after that long run definitely helped me. Played the strategy game early on. Probably was going to get second there if that yellow didn't come out against Logan, but it did. Took the 2 tires on the pit stop, and it paid off.
Hell yeah, Conrath, and first win since Rockingham this year, but 2 on the tab. You should be looking good for the playoffs. How you feeling as we get towards a little different stretch? We're done with the short tracks. We're going to Slmroc next week, a little interesting track. How you feeling as we get to the latter half of this Slmroc season about your pace and your championship potential?
Feel pretty good about it. Definitely my strong suit has been the short track, so it's kind of sucks for me that those are pretty much done with, but still do good on the other tracks and just try my best.
Hell yeah, Garrett. Well, congratulations, as Josh said. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Nexus camp, and great showing for you guys and for you as well. P1, congrats.
Thanks, guys.
It's Garrett Conrath. And now we get to talk to who they call the kindest guy in iRacing.
Yeah, I have a nickname for him. It's not gonna stick, but I really like it a lot.
What is it?
It's Happy Hawkin.
Happy Hawkin? He's
the
a happy
man,
camper.
the man called Happy.
Triple H. Let's talk to him. Brandon Hawkin, you brought it home second, which you had a strong race car out there in that 099 machine. You let a lot of that long run that we saw. Just got an unfortunate yellow there and took 4 tires, which ended up being just a little bit short of your teammate Garrett Conrath on a different strategy. Take me through your race and just fell short there at the end.
Yeah, it was looking really good there before that yellow. We took tires there on that second yellow, and it was a really great move from the 4 of us there. And it looks like if it went green, we were just gonna be like just on the money on gas. I was probably gonna be sputtering coming down the front straight, and had a really nice lead there. And just unfortunately that yellow came out, and then at the end there, I thought since we in practice I was I took right sides only, and it felt pretty good, but I didn't drive a run that long, and so I was just hoping the 4 freshies would be enough to pass Garrett there, but. It looked like 2 tires was the call there for sure. So yeah, great job from him taking 2, and just didn't have anything for him there. I think I was actually slower than him on the last couple of restarts. So I think learn for next time. If we go to another short track, I'm not entirely sure, but road course it should definitely kind of. It should that should be useful for the road course potentially. So just a lot of really great stuff. I love that green flag run there. That was a lot of fun, and just came up just a little bit short there at the end. But it was on me. I should have taken 2, but that was a great race regardless.
Hell yeah. Well, P2 for your brand, another great result, and we'll go to Slmroc next week, which will be a fun little new experience, and I'm sure you'll be a strong contender there with the road course expertise. So, hell yeah, Brandon. I guess how you feeling about that? We talked about it last week a little bit, but I'm sure you haven't put any laps in really, but how you feeling about that race? It's probably going to be fun, I would imagine. I'm excited to broadcast it.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a really fun race, especially with these cars, how fast they are, and how much downforce they have, and you're just gonna be flying going up the hill, and wouldn't be surprised to see us catch some air over that hump, and it's gonna be some really good stuff. It's a really tight track, and these cars are really wide, so it's gonna be some really tight stuff, and we'll just we'll see how everything goes with like tire strategy and fuel mileage potentially. It's gonna be a whole bunch of different factors that go into it. So I'm really looking forward to that. Slmroc's such a great track, so I'm glad we're running there this season, and yeah, it's definitely gonna be a new experience for pretty much everybody. I think running these things on a track like Slmroc. So I expect a lot of action, and should be a really great time.
Hell yeah. Well, Brendan Hawkin, another strong result here in Slmroc. We'll see you next week at Slmroc. Congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good one, guys.
You too, man. Brendan Hawkin, what a nice guy. It's lovely to speak with him. And Nathan Rabideau's in there. I feel
He's
like
hanging out. I
like-
think he wants a promotion for.
well, let's talk to him about that, and yeah, let's talk to him about his event because I believe it's coming up. Hey, Nathan, I just saw you down here in the waiting room. You finished third. It was a solid result, so I guess you're kind of replacing.
He finished. He finished
fourth.
fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
Logan
So you're
Helton is,
replacing Logan Helton,
calling it
rather.
a
That
night.
was what I was gonna say. I said you're finishing third, but you're replacing Logan Helton, who finished third. So yeah, you finished third, Nathan. You had a great race, and I know that we've been keeping track of the event in Tampa. I think that's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah, in a couple of weekends, 14th through 16th. So yeah, that's coming up pretty soon. But yeah, the race was a wild one. I'll give you that. I hit the wall like some time ago, and I don't know if you saw me, but like the car lifted up, and I guess the right front got dislodged or something. I had a wheel problem. That's why I had to pit, and I had to use my fast repair there. It was that was wild, and just getting through the field again. Going through pit cycles and everything. Green flag run was pretty decent. Usually Richmond's not one of my good tracks when it comes to like this kind of thing. I've had it happen to me in FTF or long runs are just not my suit for this, but we were able to hang on to it. We had a caution late and get back through the field, and I don't know. I probably should have gotten like a 2-tire call there. It seems like just change of rights. I probably should have done that and get a better result. But yeah, we're doing pretty solid. Top 5 everywhere so far. That's what I got going on for this race, and I think the next one's a road course or something, so I got to really practice that one.
Yeah, so going to be an interesting time. You've been very consistent on the schedule, as have all the Nexus boys. So hell yeah, Nathan! Congratulations on your P4.
Yep, thank you. Just doing what I can.
Hell yeah, man.
Retro Fest coming up soon.
Hell yeah.
Be there.
Be there right now. Go, Nathan Rabideau.
Yep.
P3, P4. He left. Well, Josh Morgan, I appreciate you doing that. Doing this with me tonight. I was, as you can tell, not all here.
A little out of sorts. A little 6s and 7s.
Little sixes,
as it were.
yeah. So let's find somebody to read. You know what? We don't have a lot of people watching, but we're just gonna send the people over to old Duke Motorsports.
I was thinking
Duke
or
Motorsports.
Brunix.
Duke Motorsports.
He's doing IRX. He's in my wheelhouse, man.
Duke
And
Motorsports.
let's get the VOD going.
I was gonna say VOD will be getting going immediately. VOD will be up immediately.
VOD
post-race.
will be tonight.
VOD will be up immediately after
VOD
this.
will be
I'm going
tonight.
to do it right now after the stream ends. I promise on everything. It will also go straight up on YouTube because my dumbass was late. So yeah.
But tomorrow night it'll be the traditional first road race of the season for the OSRL Premier Series. It is officially called the Matt Livery's Fries with Cheese Curds and Gravy Grand Prix de Montreal.
I believe
3
it
laps
is.
in Montreal.
Something like that. But Matt Tomalleri is sponsoring it, and we're
He's
big
back.
fans of Matt Tomalleri here.
And
at
then
the
Friday
Puffercord.
night, it will be the return of Rod Car Night in America. Is season 28 kicking off? We have the Rod Car Shootout start us off. It'll be a 20-lap dash for cash to start the season. And then it'll be another 80 laps at Daytona to get the season underway proper.
Hell yeah. So that is our schedule this week. I'll try to feel a little bit better for tomorrow night's broadcast so I'm not a fucking zombie. But thanks to Josh Morgan for carrying the load tonight. I'm sure we'll be...
Appreciate you being here.
Sure we'll join... we'll probably be joined by him and others tomorrow night for Austral and on Friday as well. So hopefully I'll be able to be a little bit closer to 100%. Over the next 2 days. But hell yeah, thanks for tuning in to Slmroc, all you lovely people. I apologize for my tardiness. Yeah, go hang out with DK. For Josh Morgan, I am Matt Spaulding on the Puffer Zone Network. God bless. Have a good night.